It's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans taking on Jacob Eason and the Indianapolis Colts.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. Rodgers on the return.
Isaiah Rodgers on the return. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the gun is Eason. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again, Eason. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
On 3rd down, Eason. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. Down by 8. They say no to the field goal, looking for the end zone on 4th and goal. Throwing left side, it's complete. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. 1st down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. To throw on 3rd down, Eason got a man, it's Ross, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
1st down, Indianapolis.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Colts take it right down and score on the opening drive. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a 1st down and more. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. A big run there by Johnson. 45 yards. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. Touchdown, Houston. Duke Johnson with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. I thought as that was developing that he might actually keep it, but the right decision, obviously, to hand the football off.
And some teams do a really nice job of taking a little bit longer at the mesh point, meaning where he's going to hand it off or keep it. Sometimes they ride him maybe a step longer than others. That allows him to make the proper decision and have the right person end up with the ball.
And it paid off with a long touchdown run. As the Colts offense makes their way out, we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Bernardrick McKinney muscled his way in for the sack. Eason on second down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and he's able to get it back to right around the 27. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals, and if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
26 Mike.
Out of the gun, Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
on the coverage.
From the gun, here's Watson. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase it.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. Now, bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal, please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch. Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line.
I can still hear it reverberate through this thick skull of mine. Crossing routes versus man-to-man coverage, it's a bad matchup for the defense. Those tend to work very well as they run away from a defender.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Colts are going to jump back in front. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Houston set to take over. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Hey, we got to get to the ball.
Watson. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Eason and the Colts now with a 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll set up to throw it. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A well-executed 22-yard gain. On that catch, he's already eclipsed 100 yards here in the first quarter. Charles, he's on pace for over 400.
And playing with great confidence, isn't he? I think he probably had it coming into the game, and now that he's really come out of the gate this strongly, how'd you like to be in the huddle with him right now? You know he's demanding the
Give
football.
me the ball.
And guess what? I'd throw it to him. He's having a fantastic game, and they haven't defended him yet.
Play action. It's Eason. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Another big play here as they strike for 31. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind. No pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. 3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. With another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Colts add on to their lead.
His kick is good.
Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it is stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans draw a bit closer. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone.
Anytime you field a kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Eason and the Colts now with a 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. Off of play action, he'll look to throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. That's good for 28 yards. They go play action with Eason. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. What a first half this has been offensively. I mean, defensively, what do you do when you're getting torched like this?
Now, these receivers are absolutely wearing them out. So 2 thoughts come to mind. 1, get some oxygen. You can fill up your lungs a little bit. And number 2, talk to your guys up front. You need a pass rush to help slow them down.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. Extra point right down the middle, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
Rodrigo Blankenship to kick off.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This will make it into the end zone, and he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
A good pickup there at 22. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. So still 14 yards to go. 2nd down.
Check curls, check curls. Time, go. Hey, check Mike 21.
Watson to give. This is Johnson. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 1 yard is the loss. They back up even further to a 3rd and 15. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. A shotgun snap for Watson. And this is going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retakes center stage. Now the good news, his team's winning. The bad news, he hasn't had the game that he's hoped to, at least to this point here in the 2nd quarter.
And a lot of that is pride, because these types of backs want to be in the center of all the action and leading their team to victory. They'll take the win right now, hoping to jump his game up as this one moves on.
He probably wants a little bit more of the spotlight going forward.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Here we go, let's bring it.
Here's Eason off the play fake. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
It's a gain of
Give him 32 on the play. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
a 6-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A great effort there. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage.
The kick is
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now.
Texans 17. Rodrigo Blankenship.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This will make it into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Now this throw caught left side. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And he finds a man on the crossing route. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
2nd and 7 at the 42-yard line.
Now a handoff, Johnson. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
From the 50, it's Watson. And he will find his man on the outside. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. There he goes left side. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
Rodrigo Blankenship for the
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Taking it about the 1. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Now a 1st down throw, Watson. On the catch, it's Duke Johnson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield. Instead, checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he foiled that in a big way and turned it into a big play.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Hey, check, Mike 21, check.
To the air yet again, Watson. And got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Michael Gallup, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans get a bit closer.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps. But they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Rodgers on the return.
Isaiah Rodgers on the return. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Off the play fake, Eason. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Off play action, Eason. He's got his man on the crossing route. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Off the play fake, Eason. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Off play action, Eason. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Off the play fake, Eason. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Intended for John Ross.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. A final shot before break. Eason got a man. It's Pittman, and he holds it in for the Colts touchdown. Michael Pittman as time expires in the first half. And the Colts add on to their lead. You knew time was going to run out, so this had to be in the end zone, and somehow they were able to find a window and get it done.
Very easy for us to talk about up here that, yes, all that had to happen, but when time's running down, sometimes you're...
An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3.
Rodrigo Blankenship to kick off for Indianapolis.
The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. This will make it into the end zone. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Out now comes the Houston offense as you take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Hey. Mike, 55.
Operating from the gun, Watson. And Cooks has it over the middle. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. Hey, you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Watch the curl. Watch the curls. Check your hot read.
Now a first carry for their fullback. Oh, he's trying to plow ahead, but I don't think he got there. He did it. That's a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. It's going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Let's go.
Eason and the Colts now with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. He fakes the give here and looks to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And this offense continues to pour it on.
You know, in golf, they often talk about playing the course and not worrying about what the other players are doing, what their scores are. That's essentially what we're seeing from this offense. They're just having fun and doing what they feel like doing today.
Rodrigo Blankenship to kick off for Indianapolis.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Texans back out there and ready to go. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Single.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in good.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts.
Deshaun Watson sacked.
And when you go 5 wide like they just did there, you can't really max protect, can you?
No, you cannot. What you're hoping is that by going 5 wide, you're forcing the defense into coverage. And if you do that, you got a chance to find some people downfield. But
under pressure again, and down he goes again.
okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Eluding the pressure right. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Eason and the Colts now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. Off play action, he'll throw to start the drive. He'll take it, and that's caught inside the 35. That one good for 37 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A really good pickup of 28 yards. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. And he'll give it here to his running back. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. And now out comes Houston. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty is a result of that hit there.
On 1st down, Watson. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another 1st down, this time on a gain of 19. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his...
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A 15-yard touchdown run. And the Texans are able to make things a bit more respectable. So they're down in the red zone. They opt to utilize his legs instead of the arm. It works out pretty well.
I like what they were thinking there because in most situations now, defense is accounting for all the other runners on the field and, of course, for pass plays. But the quarterback position, oftentimes it is unaccounted for. Offense coordinator felt it, dialed it right up.
Inside the red zone, is this something teams should maybe, depending on the quarterback, do more often?
Definitely. If you've got a quarterback who can actually move it with his legs, that's an extra option and an extra weapon for you. I think they should utilize it more often.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
Hurt. Back's mine.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Out of bounds at the 16-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Thanks for tagging along with us here from Houston, Texas.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
First down, Indianapolis.
Watch the slants.
Off play action. Eason. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Eason. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain there of 30 big ones. Back now in Houston. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A great effort there with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Colts have got it on cruise control. Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Hey, check Mike.
From the gun, Watson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about it.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Give the sack to Kamoko Toure.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Operating from the gun, Watson. And that is incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Catch made at the 13-yard line. The Colts take over 1st and 10.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10. Now they air it out to start the drive, and it's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Michael Pittman, 87 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on. I'm not sure what other ground there is to cover here. I mean, this offense has been amazing. Just total domination, Charles.
They've clicked so well, and if you really focus in on the offensive line, they've protected well when they've wanted to throw the ball. They've moved people off the line of scrimmage when they've wanted to run it. Smiles all the way around. This offense has been really good in this one.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now this offense ready to head back out there. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. He gets it left side to Johnson. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. He felt the pressure coming there. That was a good job of just making something out of nothing, so to speak.
Yeah, took the hit and still made the play. You know, when we talk about runners, all right, and running plays, runs after contact, we call that getting.
There goes Duke Johnson. Past the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Duke Johnson with his 13th touchdown of the year and second. Well,
I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon.
Isaiah Rodgers on the return. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 10-yard line.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 34.
Offense.
Oh, no, no.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And he is out of bounds all the way up near midfield. A huge play that time for the Colts. 42 yards. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Eason. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 26-yard line. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts just continue to pour it on. Well, where our booth is here, we can see all of the writers to our left, and their post-game stories, Charles, they have been filed for some time because this game, boy, is it lopsided.
Yeah, we can see our guy Scoop. He's even got his fedora tipped over his face. I think he's taking a nap now. Nothing left to write for him, but how gratifying has it been for them to see what they've done in practice and carry it into a game and see the execution be so good. They've got to feel fantastic about what they've accomplished in this one.
Houston set to take over. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. On 1st down, it's Watson. Gonna throw right side here, complete. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
55 is my guy, 55.
From the gun, Watson got his man there, complete to Gallup. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them. gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
The throw there finding its way to Boyle. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter.
At their 49-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52.
Watson looks to throw again. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 41-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
52's the mic, boys. 52. Yeah. No. Check that.
Watson on first down. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. That's Darius Leonard, the linebacker who got in and got him to the turf.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Squeeze, double. 5-2.
Another try after the first down sack. Watson, 20, 10, and somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. That's a whole lot of points still to be down, but congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
Like my old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
Crosby connects on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. This will make it into the end zone.
Isaiah Rodgers on
So conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light.
He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD. Now Crosby for the point after. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken about a yard deep.
Isaiah Rodgers.
So conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off play action. Eason. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A first down there on a pickup of 25. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. He was looking for Michael Pittman that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Off the play fake. Eason. Looking for Campbell downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory. And now nothing but green ahead of him. He's at the 30, 10, and he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Extra point up and good by Crosby as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Rodgers on the return.
Isaiah Rodgers on the return. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own.
And the Colts coming out now. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Off play action. Eason. Got a man open. It's Ross. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. The big gainer there on the catch and run. 37 yards. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. And his kick is right through. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And we focus on Duke Johnson now. On the other side, they've had trouble stopping him not only on the ground but through the air. He's hit the century mark running the ball. He's approaching that receiving it.
I'm starting to think, Brandon, we're going to have to start judging running backs by a little bit different standard. And we know the gold standard now is 1,000 yards running the football. But I think we've got to start looking at all-purpose yards, yards from scrimmage. That's probably a better measure of what you're getting from these backs because look at the game we're getting here. He's run it well, but overall his damage has been done catching it.
Yeah, and I'm curious to see if that will continue. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson, wide open receiver, complete. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College. Not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
Bet that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Indy set to go on offense once more. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play.